And just this morning, I just want to say, and I have permission to use their first names, I spoke to Mitchell, who is married to Oren. Mitchell is actually my sister-in-law's nephew. And Mitchell and Oren got married and arranged with a friend of theirs who donated eggs and a surrogate mother, and obviously can understand how complicated these things are. They were very lucky to have twins, Eitan and Yael. And I asked Mitchell, I said, so what happened when you had to get the birth certificate? And he said they had to go to court, they had to get a declaration of parentage. It took 6 months. I didn't ask what it cost, but it was formal, and they had to show DNA with a declaration from the surrogate mother, and this greatly delayed an application for a passport, so they couldn't plan any trips until all this was over with and then apply for a passport. So, you know, anything that causes delays and causes problems and causes difficulty and costs money, I don't think is something that we should be supporting here in the House. So just for that reason, I think that we need to move forward and get this to committee. In terms of applications, Mitchell said, and I'm quoting, that it's antiquated, but it doesn't ruin his life. But then he also said, but leaving the gender out wouldn't hurt anybody else either. So I think those are very good points, and it's not just about birth certificates. It's about school applications, applying for summer camps, Mr. Speaker, as well as after-school programs or on the weekends. I asked Mitchell about co-parenting, and he said that he actually has friends, 2 females, 2 males, who have been co-parenting very well for 12 years without any problems, but he knows of other situations where things got difficult. And you know, it's interesting, he said, and I'm quoting again, for my friends, I think it's great, but he said that he does have some concerns on how complicated it can become, and we all know, Mr. Speaker, that as soon as you involve even one more parent, the complication rate isn't just slightly more, it's probably 10 times more complicated, because relationships change, Mr. Speaker. People want to move away and have career changes, and you can see the real tug of war in terms of co-parenting when there's more than 2 parents. But it doesn't mean that it can't be done. There are many successful examples. And again, I look forward to hearing what co-parenting parents have to say, as well as some of the experts in the field. We heard the member from, I guess it was Hamilton Mountain, and as well as Parental Park, who spoke about other provinces and Service Ontario and how people have had to adopt their own children, which, you know, it's hard to even say those words. As a parent myself of 4 children, you know, it's just very self-explanatory that these are your children and they're going to stay your children, and nobody can ever take that away from you, no matter what happens in your relationships or with your health or with your partner's health. In a way, this is the new multiculturalism, Mr. Speaker. Different types of relationships, different types of nuclear families, and just as though it was a struggle, I think, for many Canadians to understand different cultures, different neighbourhoods, different communities, and I think it's sometimes a struggle for people to address changing dynamics. And it's not enough to just watch on TV Modern Family. There's more to it than that. There's the legal ramifications. There's the ramifications in terms of having health care benefits with your work, whether that child is covered, under whose benefits, in terms of life insurance, in terms of even the beneficiary on bank accounts and RSPs and investments and things like that. So I think that that's what it's important for us to address, not to just come up and to talk about Mitchell and Oren and all the other wonderful people that are here today and all their relationships, which we support, of course, Mr. Speaker, but to talk about the legal ramifications and what it all means in terms of work and insurance and things like that. It's the holiday season. Mitchell and Oren and Eitan and Yael are going to be celebrating Hanukkah, as am I this week, but to the many children who are going to be celebrating Christmas soon, and it's the holiday time, and it's very important that we focus on what is in the best interest of the children, because that's what it's really about, and that's what we're here for to ensure.